The key for us here at Barton Law really is the client, and communication with the client is fundamental to the way that we work. The client is always a name and not just another number. We want the client to be informed throughout the whole of the process, so we have a number of, we would call them touch points, where it's written into our systems here that we make contact with the clients, and of course the clients are always open to contact us at any time whatsoever. We're always happy to speak with clients or deal with email, or however they want to communicate, we can work with them, be it during the office hours. Even on weekends, we're happy to see or speak with clients and after hours, because we appreciate that some people are still working, or they'd rather have the family present when they're speaking with us. So first and foremost, clients always come first, and at any given time, I would never want a client waking up wondering, well, where am I in this part of the process for their lifetime mortgage? So just to run you through just briefly our main touch points where we insist on, not insist on speaking with the clients, but we really want to touch base with the clients is, firstly, when we receive the instructions from the financial advisor, we immediately phone the clients, we introduce ourselves and let them know who the person is that's dealing with their case on a day-to-day basis. Now, the way we operate here is we have teams of people, so there's always backup for that case handler, which sometimes unnerves people because they're thinking, my goodness, there are 5, 6, 7, 8 people dealing with the work, but no. That client will have one designated case handler, but they'll be backed up by a team of people. So if their case handler goes on holiday or is taken ill, there are at least 5, if not 8 people that can take over their work. But ideally, we want the customer journey, if you will, to be speaking with that one person throughout the process, so they can become familiar with them, know how they operate, and hopefully recognise the number by the end of the case. So the first call they'll get is from the case handler. They'll introduce themselves, they'll check with the customer exactly how do you want to receive your initial paperwork. Is it from the post? Is it via email? What are they comfortable with, which is key. We always put the client first. Once the client has got the paperwork, we always allow 2 or 3 days for the post. We'll then touch base with the clients again, firstly to make sure that they've received the pack. Things sometimes take slightly longer in the post at the moment. We then ask the clients if they've got any queries on the paperwork, if there's anything we can do to help. We then make contact with the clients once we've got that pack back, just in case that anything's been missed or anything's not quite clear, and just to reassure the clients that actually we've got their trusted papers back from them. And then I don't want to say that very much that we're sat here then waiting for the mortgage offer, but we are to a degree then waiting for the mortgage offer, and sometimes it can take a week to 10 days for the offer to come through. But we always do try and reassure the clients that yes, we are to a degree sat there waiting for the offer to come through, but during that period we'll also be chasing their financial advisor to get an update on progress. I would always say here at Barton Law that although I've just explained to you the number of times that we made contact with, that our work actually begins really in essence when the mortgage offer lands on our desk. Now, to help maintain client expectations, in that very first conversation with the clients, we'll be saying to them, look, when your offer comes through, we will get our offer usually about a week after you get yours, because our copy goes via the lender's solicitors. So there's always that slight delay. Clients often do, the second it arrives on their doormat or through their inbox from the lenders, they phone us saying we've got our offer in, and then are somewhat disappointed that we haven't got ours and are ready to go. But there is always a delay because our copy goes via the lender's solicitors. They have to produce the documents that the client has to sign. But once we get our offer, as I say, about a week after it's been issued, we really, the wheels at Barton will really start spinning. We will immediately make contact with the customers to let them know the offer is in, and then to check their availability, because we only operate a home visit system here. Nothing is done over the phone or via post for signing of paperwork. Of course they can come into our offices if they're nearby, but we have a team of 30 travelling solicitors across the country that will see customers in the comfort of their own home, so they don't need to worry about trying to find offices if they don't want to. So we'll let the clients know the offers come in. We'll then write to them with a full report explaining everything. and we'll let them know which one of our travelling solicitors will make contact with them to come and see them at home, or, as I say, they can come here, they can come and see me in the office if they want to. I'm sure they'd much prefer a travelling solicitor than me. We'll then phone about 48 hours later after posting that pack out just to make sure they've got it, and then to really say to them, if you have any questions, if you've been through it, we are happy to deal with them. I think it's important for clients just to feel reassured that we can answer all those questions. We've been doing this long enough that we know that. I'd like to say we know the answer to everything, but we from the legal side we definitely do. The next stage for the customers then is the next touch point, if you will, is actually the home visit, which will last anything from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. But I would always hasten to say to clients, the meeting will last as long as it lasts. As long as if you have 100 questions or 3 questions or no questions, it doesn't matter. This is their time really to deal with any questions that they may have. During that meeting, we copy identification for them, to say them wearing a register in the post, and we take them through everything in the documentation and then witness their signatures on the mortgage deed. Once we have those papers back and they come direct from the travelling solicitor, so they don't need to worry about posting anything to us, the travelling solicitors sort that out for us. Again, we'll let the clients know that we've had the papers back and they've gone off to the lender's solicitors. Now at that point, the clients are kind of expecting the money usually within 48 hours. Sadly, it doesn't work like that because it goes to the lender's solicitors. They then check everything through, and usually about a fortnight, 2 to 3 weeks, we always say to allow, we should get a completion date through. If any questions are raised, and we do get many questions raised about anything from, I hate to mention this, septic tanks to shared driveways, all those sort of questions, solar panel leases, all those things can come up, but we'll go back straight to the clients and see if they can assist with answering them. And after that, we'll then let them know when completion has come through. And then the most important stage, I would say for the customers, is the big money day, when the money actually arrives with us. We have known in the past clients to phone us at 9:01 a.m. to say, is our money in yet? Sadly, we tend to find the bulk of the funds arrive after 4 o'clock. So, and typically after 5 o'clock. So the second we get the funds in, we'll always telephone the clients and let them know the money's in. So it sounds like we're speaking to the clients an awful lot, and I would generally, if I was checking through a file, I would like to see anything between 7 to 10 main contact points and attendance notes on the files to show that we've spoken with the customers throughout. And then we have one final checkpoint after that, or touch point after that, and that's really after completion. The deeds go off to the land registry to put the charge on it, which the lender's solicitors do. I say in the old days, and the old days would be 2 years ago before COVID, I would get the deeds back from the land registry within about a month. At the moment, they're taking 6 months. So once we get the deeds back, we'll write to the customers with the copy deeds. And that's really how it works.